Hey, what's up everyone, JayGhoulz here. While all my friends are off playing Persona 5 and Zelda Breath of the Wild, I've found myself revisiting Final Fantasy 15 lately, thanks to the recent episode Gladiolus DLC and updates. So with that, I thought I'd bring you guys a different type of video, more of a strategy guide for the game. Specifically, I wanted to detail 2 easy level and money grinding strategies for post-game, based around the game's superboss hunt, the Adamantoise. So without further ado, I'll get right to my strategies. First off, let's talk about equipment. Both of these strategies revolve around the Ring of the Lucii, meaning they're both magic-based strategies. Because of this, I've got my equipment decked out as best I can to max out my magic stats. As you can see, I have Noctis dressed in the Royal Raiment outfit with no jacket, which increases my magic stat by around 130 points. If you don't have it, it's only like 50 cents as DLC, but if you don't want to pay for it, you really don't need it. Like I said, it's just based on your magic stat. I just personally didn't mind parting with the pocket change to increase my odds. In my weapons section, I have the Ring of the Lucii of course, but in the other slots, I've also equipped some of the Royal Arms, the plot relevant weapons only Noctis can use. The ones I have equipped are the Sword of the Father, the Bow of the Clever, and the Scepter of the Pious. All of these weapons also enhance my magic stat, the sword by 100 points, the bow by 80 points, and the scepter by 150 points. This is the best combination you can get to increase your magic stat via weapons, while saving a slot for the ring of course. In the accessory slots, just go for the best magic boosting equips you have. Make sure to do this in all 3 slots if you have every slot unlocked for Noctis, which you really should if you don't. I have 3 circlets equipped, each adding 150 points to my magic stat, but I know there's better items such as the Hypno Crown, so just equip whatever the best you have is. While we're on the topic of equipment, for the rest of my party I've also equipped a Moogle charm on each of them, just so they'll get an extra boost of EXP on them. This is entirely optional, but I've done it just to make my party that extra little bit better. Additionally, you could also eat some food at camp that buffs your magic stat also, ideally being the memory lane pastry, but for the purposes of this video, I didn't do that. Alright, let's get to the first strategy. First off, I recommend that you've already legitimately fought and beaten the Adamantoise once. It's just cheap to kill him like this on your first go, especially since this is a pretty fun fight. Anyway, go up to Taka's place at Hammerhead and activate the hunt. Once you finish the starting cutscene, grab a chocobo and race down towards the boss. Once you get there, switch over to the ring and activate a Verve WX, which is an item that also buffs your magic stat for around 3 minutes or so. Then, lock onto the Adamantoise and hold triangle to use the Alterna spell. This spell has a chance to one-shot him now. Now the spell most likely won't work on the first try, but if you keep using it, it will eventually work. Using Alterna does take most of your MP bar though, but there is a way to handle this. Instead of spamming MP restoring items, I decided to just point warp back and forth between 2 points, which fully restores your MP each time. Just by using this simple strategy, warping back and forth using the Alterna spell, and using another Verve WX when yours runs out, the Adamantoise will go down in no time. This can take anywhere from a minute to around 15 minutes, but when I did it on recording, it only took about 5 minutes for the actual fight. If you don't have very many Verve WX items, you can go buy them at the Meldakio Hunters HQ for 500 gil each, which is pocket change compared to the money you get from this method. Once you beat the boss, you receive 72,000 experience, or 86,000 if you have a Moogle charm equipped. You'll also receive either 1 piece of adamantite or 3 pieces of Adamantoise meat. Adamantoise meat can be used for the recipe along with Peak, which greatly boosts your attack and health stats once you use it. If you don't have this recipe, it can be found by going over to the 3 Valleys parking spot, and once there, you go into this decrepit building. Inside is a book, which details about the recipe, which Ignis then comes up with. But more importantly, if you get adamantite, it can either be used to break the damage cap on your magic spells, or it can be sold for 50,000 gil, which, when combined with the 10,000 gil you get from completing the hunt, really adds up. For the second strategy, if you're worried the odds of catching the boss with the Alterna spell might not be in your favor, or if you don't want to waste your Verve WX items, you don't have to. Take on the hunt, head down to the boss, and start the fight. Instead of using Alterna, go ahead and press circle to cast Death on the boss. For me, the Death spell dealt about 2,000 or so damage per second to the boss, while also having the normal Death spell effect. This method may take longer, taking closer to 9 or 10 minutes when I tried, but this is for more of a guaranteed kill. Also, just as a side note, it's really funny watching the model for the Adamantoise shrink from the spell, as it's obvious it wasn't made to do this. The face caves in, the jaw blade's still jutting out, the neck doesn't shrink at all the whole time, and overall, it just looks really silly. But defeating the Adamantoise this way still has the same desired effect, taking him down in little to no time, comparatively speaking. And when you beat the boss this way, there's no ending animation. The fight just ends like any other fight. Once you've done this for a while, anywhere from 5 times to 50 times, whatever your patience allows for really, don't just head to any old rest spot. Go talk to Umbra and have him bring you to Altissia. Go to the hotel and talk to the man at the second counter. Resting here gives you triple the amount of experience you've earned, which is a lot thanks to these strategies. Resting here only costs 30,000 gil, which you can get from doing this hunt just 3 times. Or you could get double that if you get and sell an adamantite after just 1 hunt. And if you have the travel pack DLC, which I got because I pre-ordered it on Amazon, you only have to pay half of that. Overall, this method of grinding off Final Fantasy XV Superboss is just a great way to earn easy experience and money.